Let's say you want to make a custard, whether for flan, ice cream, or a classic sauce like crème anglaise. The key to each of those is to harness the thickening power of eggs. The more eggs you add, the thicker the custard will be. But how do you add the eggs without accidentally scrambling them in the process? The answer is often tempering. Tempering eggs is the process of both diluting the egg proteins and gradually heating them to prevent them from curdling when added to a hot liquid. If you add eggs straight into hot liquid, they scramble. Why? Let's take a closer look at egg proteins. When an egg is raw, the proteins are in tight bundles floating in a liquid. As heat is applied, those bundles start moving around and bumping into each other until eventually the protein bundles unravel, stretching their strands throughout a solution and hooking up with each other to form an interconnected web. That's what gives cooked eggs a more firm texture. If you continue to apply heat, protein strands will move closer and closer together, forming a tighter and tighter web. Too tight, and you end up with overcooked eggs that can make a custard curdle and weep. But we can avoid an overcooked egg sauce or broken custard by diluting the egg proteins first. This spreads them farther apart, slowing down their ability to bond with each other as the heat rises. Meanwhile, applying gentle and even heat ensures that they don't accidentally overcook in the process. Tempering the eggs is one of the main techniques to accomplish this, but you don't always need to do it. Here are 2 ways to temper and how to know when and how to skip it. For the traditional method, first, set up a stable base for your bowl, allowing you to whisk with one hand without the bowl spinning away. Gradually add some of the hot liquid to the whisked eggs by slowly pouring in a thin stream and whisking as you go. Combine the now diluted eggs back into the pot and gently cook while stirring until thickened. This is a fast method, but it could go wrong if the hot liquid is added too quickly. For the blender method, transfer the hot liquid to a blender, and while running on low, add the eggs. Or, blend the eggs into the liquid using an immersion blender. The blender's speed quickly disperses the proteins before they can curdle and seize up. There's no real risk of curdling thanks to the power of the blender, but now you gotta watch that blender. When do you know you need to temper? These days, most custard and similar recipes are automatically written with a tempering step. If you have to preheat the liquid base of your recipe, say you're infusing cream with aromatics or spices, then tempering is required, since the eggs will be combined with a hot liquid. But the truth is, you can choose to skip it in some situations. If the liquid base isn't getting infused and doesn't need to preheat before adding eggs, you can skip the tempering step. This method requires constant stirring and scraping, but it's one pot and no fuss. Just whisk together the cold cream or other liquid with the eggs to sufficiently dilute them and then gently heat them together until the eggs unleash their thickening power. In the end, the choice is yours.